What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to go over what sold this week. I am still consistently listing 10 a day. I believe this is like week 5 or week 6, and I am sourcing from local garage sales. So want to get into it. If this is your first time watching, I'm doing this every week to help other resellers out that do sell on eBay. This is my store here on eBay. Got Chi-Town Sounds, 1,561 items listed, 100% feedback, 8.8 thousand items sold, and here's my store. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna show you first what I've been getting up. So newly listed. I've been kind of busy with work, so I had a I have little instances where I'll just like list a bunch of stuff in one day. So I think it was yesterday or the day before. I stayed up very late. I think it was Saturday night after having fun, and got a bunch of stuff listed. So I picked up a lot of these items from one garage sale. I'm still moving from the other house, and this just running some errands, got the car washed, and noticed someone had a little sign outside saying vintage and free. It was a weird spot on the street. It's my old house located in Glen Ellen, and it wasn't much. It was like 3 tables and then some clothes hanging up. But went up to the sale, said hello, and they had a lot of cool items. And they're like, "Hey, we need to get rid of this stuff. Everything on the table is $1." So, and there was also a free pile as well, and I got a little better deal on the books too. So I ended up picking up 72 items from the sale. Total spent was $50, and I have 69 cents into each one of these items. So let me go through those. But again, I listed these all, I think it was Saturday night. So Sunday morning, or maybe it was Friday night, Saturday morning. Uh, anytime I see something like this with some patina on it, these were silver plated by Empire Crafts, and got those listed for 1036. And had a cool little satin clutch purse. Looked pretty old, very, very great condition, and picked this up for 69 cents. So these are the photos I take of my items. Got some salt and pepper shakers, brand new in the box from Trippy's Inc. Comps on that were around $12. Got a sale on that. This looked fake. I'm not used to seeing this old stuff without like going to antique shops. And usually this is the type of stuff, if you do go to an estate sale, it's like sitting in the case and it's like gold. But this thing goes for around $20. I got a sale for 15, 16. So it helps, guys, when you get items for cheap, like 69 cents, you can list them cheap. That way they don't become museum pieces. And these are some of the makers' marks. Anything made in England, made in Korea, made in Japan, made in the USA, I'm picking up. Try to stay away from the stuff made in China unless it's really cool. So this was a nice piece, some vintage Wedgwood Katani crane floral egg. And guys, when I'm listing this stuff, it's not rocket science. I literally sometimes I'll take a picture of it and I'll just Google Lens it, and it'll lead me to someone's eBay listing. This one's all over the place. Some people are asking like $100. I didn't even know what this was. I just thought it was a cool looking owl. Had no clue that it was Avon until I looked at the bottom, but it is a very cool piece. Again, selling it dirt cheap. That'll probably go fast. Christmas is around the corner too, so don't be scared of Christmas decorations. If they're cool looking, cute looking, functional, not broken, even without the tag, you can pick stuff up like this. She had a lot of figurines, and from experience of forcing myself to sell figurines that my mother basically left in my house and never picked up, I look for stuff like this. It was made back in the day. You want to look for cracks, any damage. Obviously, if it's damaged or has cracks, unless it's super valuable, just leave it there. But this was a cool little spaniel dog. I think this is Wedgwood, but I couldn't confirm it because the sticker was removed from the bottom. But again, very cool little red apple porcelain piece that'll sell. That goes for $20 all day. These next couple items are pretty cool. So this is like a golf shoe that's ceramic. It's made by Midwest of Cannon Falls. It's a porcelain little trinket box, and it comes with like this little golf ball inside. So I thought that was cool. That's a $20 bill all day. Got that on sale for 16. Another little cool piece. I guess like this originally came in a box, and there was like a canopy that went over this. I thought it was like patina on the top, but it comes with a cool little golf club and a golf ball. and that's the maker's mark you want to look for. That's a $20 bill all day long. That'll probably sell very quickly. This is a new item. I've never ran into Peltro, but Peltro is made in Italy, and it's very, very heavy for how small this thing is. It's really tiny. It's about the size of a $half, and just really solid piece. So I weigh it, take pictures of all angles. That's a nice $20 bill. Same with this elephant. This is also Peltro. This one actually did have the old school tag on the bottom. Sometimes if you take the tag off, it'll be marked Peltro. Not always though, but you can definitely tell it's a nice little Peltro piece. So those are $20 bills. If you see these type of items, and she had 3 of them. So this particular lady was very, very young. She's about my daughter's age. And I'm like, so did you like clean out grandma's cabinet? She's like, pretty much. She's like, this is all the stuff that my grandma gave me, and I don't have room for it in my new place. So very, very cool to see it. But this is a very, very heavy item for a little itty bitty turtle. Again, easy $20 bill. And she had a nice little hummingbird item here. Not sure who makes this, but again, whoever her grandma was had really nice taste. And I thought this was cool. I don't know why I grabbed this. I probably should have left it, but I thought it was cool. Cool looking carrot. OC is on the bottom of these. It says copyright OC. I don't know what that means, but I found some comps, $5 bill. This little cat here is cool. This is a Japanese style porcelain, and a little stamp of Japan there. I believe it is Ukago, but because it doesn't have the Ukago sticker on it, I didn't want to label it something that it was not. Cool little boxer dog here, again, made in Japan. So these little items, again, for 69 cents, I'll grab them. I just like, hey, I got a $20 bill, burning a hole in my pocket. This looked really nice. I think it's more modern, but this is pretty cool. I was like, showed it to my wife. She didn't want it, so I decided to list it. So sometimes I'll look at stuff like, hey, do you think my wife will like it? And usually she doesn't. She's like, this is really cool. This is a little planter for like a little small succulent. I thought it was a napkin holder, but anytime I see made in Japan and beautiful artwork like that, hand painted, I'm going to pick it up. So that's a nice $20 bill. This one, the girl called it Milky the Cow. I'm like, well, Milky the Cow looks cool. And again, this is the older vintage style. I always take pictures of the feet. Again, I don't want someone buying something from me and saying, oh, it was chipped or whatever. And again, if it does have a little bit of damage, you do want to let them know. Here's a cool little, OC, little bunny salt shaker there. This item was pretty cool. This was sold, again, for 69 cents. I just thought it looked cool. And then I looked it up, and it is, again, made by Midwest of Cannon Falls, and its original was $39. So it's a little more modern piece, probably from like the mid 90s or late 90s or early 90s, not sure. Made in China, not a big fan of buying stuff made in China, but this just looks really cool. So I could see this on some dude's bookshelf that likes golf. These are in the free bin, so calculators here. I thought these were worth more because I remember spending more for them when they first came out, but I probably would pass on the calculators. But again, since they were free and they were functional, I only had to put a battery in this one, which I did have a spare battery in LR44. It was nice to have all these in operating order or working, and again, they were free, so I just mixed it in with what I paid for everything, which was about $50. Yeah, $50 for 72 items. I thought this was cool. I didn't know it was made by Oneida until I looked it up. So it's Haddon Tudor plate. So it's a silver plated item. It's Oneida community. It's got a maker's mark on the bottom. Cool little tray. That's actually what the 2 silver cream and sugar set were sitting on, and that was all considered like one piece for $1. This was really, really cool. I just thought this looked cool. I've heard of Wedgwood. Thought it had a really nice finish. She said the clock just needs a battery, which I did put a battery in, and I tested it, and it worked great. And the battery compartment, as you can see, is brand new, and also says made in England. And the actual clock mechanics is made in West Germany, so you can tell that's a pretty old piece because West Germany and East Germany are now called Germany. So that was a really nice piece. That's probably a $30 bill. Got that on sale for $23.96. And then she had a bunch of little golden books. So I picked these up. I was gonna, get them for my grandson, and I just thought these were cool. So these were all pretty inexpensive, and I thought some of them would be worth a little bit more, and The only real ones that were like really, really old and kind of cool was like this Peter Pan. I was like, man, I don't remember Peter Pan ever looking like that. I only remember the Disney version. So this old book is made in 1952. Not the greatest of condition, but it is what it is. So all these little famous little stories. Uh, and this one surprised me. So this one I think is going to go pretty quick. This is a $20 bill, and it's got the old Venture tag here. The Ventures are no longer in business. But this book's pretty rare, and I guess people enjoy it. And all these are all printed in Racine, Wisconsin, United States. And that one was a surprise. So out of all the little golden books I picked up, if you look for Hiram's Red Shirt, that's a $20 bill. So, Mr. Dog, Floating Bananas, Fire Engines, just Christmas Story, The Jungle Book. Some of the Disney ones will go for a little bit more. Again, these were all in used condition. At least the outside covers were. Insides were really nice. No writing on them whatsoever. And if they had writing on them, I would just, whatever, I'll take pictures of it. So Mickey Mouse and the Kitten Sitters, Bambi. This one goes for a little bit here. It's probably usually like $8. I've got it on sale for $6.36. Again, because I picked this stuff up so cheap, I don't want to be the highest price. I want to be the lowest price. I promote all my items. I will pay eBay an extra 10% on top of the 10% they charge me. I don't care. I just want this stuff to go. You don't want to have any personal connection with your stuff, because then you'll just sit on it. It's like, why even list it on eBay for the world to see if you don't really want to sell it? I thought this was cool. I didn't realize they were mice, but I'm like, this is a great looking box. I don't know who this is, but it's called a brand called Celadon, and it is made in Thailand. And again, I was just copying off of someone else's listing. Cool little box there, again for 69 cents. This also is a cool little trinket box. Got the holiday Christmas theme with the hollies on there. And Lennox obviously is a very well-known brand. And we have Three Little Pigs, What's Up in the Attic, Big Bird's Red Box. I remember this one as a kid. This is one of my favorite stories as a kid. Cookie Monster and the Cookie Tree. I don't know why. I just thought it was cool that a tree made cookies, but what a great story. And here we got Grover here. Grover's pretty popular as well. And this was in really nice condition. So normally a $10 bill, beautiful graphics. Again, all this stuff's made there. And then they had 3 license plate. I sold the Michigan one. For some reason, I thought the 1952 would be a lot more valuable, but it's not. So that's a $10 bill, actually asking 8. And then the Florida ones are actually worth the most because people do collect these. So this is a $25 bill. Again, I have it on sale for 20. Again, picked it up for 69 cents. So those are the items I got out. Let's go over the current sales. So we'll go to what I sold this week. Almost at $1,000, which is great. I'm always happy with that. So don't sleep on CDs. If you are out looking at CDs and you see this particular CD, obviously it's kind of explicit, but any bass testing CDs, which were very, very, very popular in the late 80s, early 90s, when everyone had the boom boom in their trunk, the bass. This is normally $80 bill. The case I had originally was cracked, so I bought a bunch of jewel cases just to kind of renew or make my listings fresh. So this one I've had listed for quite some time, but now with the new jewel case on it, it looks really, really nice. So that just sold minutes before making this recording. So that was really cool to get $64 for that. We got Sublime for $4. Rubberneck by Toadies, $4.76. Don't sleep on Steiff. Steiff is an excellent brand to pick up, especially the vintage stuff. Very, very easy to list because they'll have the tag here with the number. They'll tell you where it's made. Even without the tag, if it looks really, really old, again, they use real mohair on this stuff. So that was cool to get $20 for that. I think I had that listed forever. This one was a surprise. So that was picked up from that garage sale again for 69 cents. I thought for some reason this was something like to pour liquids out of, but then as I was looking at it, I'm like, I took a picture of it, on Google Lens, and it's basically an ashtray, and it's marked EP, and it says 95%. So my guess is that is pewter. I was hoping it was silver, but that's the pewter content, and I took even a closer picture of it. So cool little piece. Glad that sold for $16. Don't sleep on the sprays and the scents. So again, this I picked up in a garage sale back in June. Paid a few dollars for it. I've got all my money back and then some from that last garage sale. So it's cool to see these are still selling. An old silver certificate someone gave me as a gift, so I decided to give back to the community. I guess made $4 on it. And we sold Mother Goose for $4. That was, again, part of that garage sale for 69 cents per item. Some old goalie gloves. Again, if you guys are out there sourcing and you see some gloves like this, especially if they're brand new, even if I don't even think these were $20 when I bought them, this was, back when I was playing goalkeeper in my indoor soccer and outdoor soccer leagues. So it's cool to get some money back on that. The Goonies, man, the Goonies. So actual like paperback book, even if it's damaged or not the greatest condition, these did not survive because kids did read them, and this was pretty cool. So this is an original 1985 Goonies, which is kind of sad because you can pick up a Goonies VHS or Goonies DVD movie, and it's worth nothing. But if you can find old paperback books, those do sell. At, proofs there for $8.46. Some old Mexican currency I got rid of, some 20 centavos. That was many, many years ago when I cleaned out. Well, one of my daughter's boyfriends brought over some coins for me to sort through, and I had these like sitting aside, so I decided listed as a lot, so got some money back on that. A spring that when I broke down one of my old jumpers, I didn't want to just throw them in the garbage. I figured someone probably would need a replacement spring. Chicago Bears are very popular. Anything Bears related is going to sell. It's a very hyped up team with Caleb Williams. This one was brand new. I think I got this as a gift and never wore it. Orange is not my color. I like Chicago Bears, but you're not going to catch me in orange. So it was very cool to get top dollar for that. This sold, but then the guy promptly wanted a refund. This is an old, very, very limited season, only 2 years that this soccer team was in existence here in Chicagoland. So I figured this would sell to someone that's a real big soccer fan. It's signed by all the players that year, and I got it as a kid. I think I was 10 years old when our team was really good, and the manager of the team was doing sponsorship. So we went to these games, and we also went to the Chicago Sting. Here's that Michigan license plate that I said that sold. Again, picked this up for 69 cents. Awesome to get $8 back on that, minus fees and everything else. Some old German currency. I've had these. When you pick up world coins, guys, they're going to sit for a very, very long time. Do not expect to pick up a bunch of coins and sell them right away. But again, I like to offer these type of older historic world coins for people that do collect them, because they are a complete pain. If you go to a local coin shop, it's tough to find stuff like this. A lot of times dealers won't even deal with it. This Morgan silver dollar was part of that set that I bought off of eBay. So it came with a 1921 and an 1878S. I thought these were both beautiful examples. They're kind of like sealed because it's part of this Postal Commemorative Society. It's like the first year and the last year Morgan. I just like the reverse frostiness on that, so I made that my thumbnail. This is the old Monopoly set I picked up for $1 at that other garage sale. I was probably going to keep this, but then I'm like, man, it's complete. It's nice. I already have a Monopoly game, and it's hard to get my family together to play Monopoly. But I really picked this up because I remember it as a kid. So I figured, man, someone that's 48 years old or whatever, or similar my age, can remember this. They sold a lot of these sets back in the 80s, but I just remember the color of these cards. And the cards inside were in excellent condition, no writing on it. They had all the pieces, including the dog. So very, very cool set. Kind of a pain to ship. Probably won't pick this up again just because it took me like 20 minutes to build a custom box for it. But those of you who do resell board games consistently, you probably already have like a specially designed box for it. But I'm not going to go buy special boxes. Like that's not going to be my gig. But it was cool to get money for that. Old ornaments that are hand blown. This kind of stuff is cool. It's an old watermelon piece. You can always tell the quality too by the tip here that leads to where the hook goes. If it's gold, that usually means it was a pretty expensive piece. Maybe some like an old school Carson Perry Scott, Marshall Fields, not necessarily Hallmark, but this is the stuff that was sold like in the anchor stores at the malls when those existed. So that was a cool piece to finally get rid of that. Old Bitcoin and Dogecoin copper. I picked these up for like $5 for the set. Got a bunch of them, so I have that listing. I did sell that Sony car connecting cassette piece, and it was in excellent condition for $11. That was the CD Discman that I lotted in different spots. So I did the AC adapter, the car adapter, the tape, and the player already sold for very little money. I think it was like $12, but I only had like $2 into the entire set. An old Morgan silver dollar. I picked this up for $80 from one of my favorite resellers on eBay. They're out of Biloxi, Mississippi. And that guy, sometimes he must pay like nothing for the coins, but when he lists stuff, he lists it like way, he basically lists it for like what dealer to dealer sells to. So you got to act fast. But I was happy to make, I probably made like under $10 on this one. I actually, when you think about it, guys, it's weird. This sold for $106.25. I made more money on this $11 item because of the money I had into it versus this. But when you buy stuff like this, like these nicer coins that are specially graded, you're not going to make big money on it, but it's kind of like you're parking your money and you'll make a little bit. Like, I made like 10%, which is great. You can't make 10% in the bank, but you're not going to make big money on this kind of stuff. Sometimes you'll actually break even, but I like them. I like to look at them. 1885 San Francisco Mint obviously is rare or hard to pick up coin. An old Second Nature CD, again, $3.36. They didn't make a lot of those. This guy here is a quarter set. So these are all the different states. And it's $13 face. So again, you're not gonna make big money on this, but it is, people do collect these albums. They like to have every single quarter. Maybe they collected it as a kid. Some old Express jeans that my family was most likely going to donate, and I grabbed that out of their donation, turned that into a $12 bill. Very cool old Disney Mickey denim jacket, probably bought at Disney at the Disney store back in the day. So that was a cool piece for $12. Again, that was given to us. Duran Duran, Greatest Hits, great band, $4. Burton wallet here for $8.50. So if you see these in someone's like little pile there for $1, these are cool. These are coming back. Like this is very 80s, although this is not from the 80s. This is a Y2K wallet. Vintage Pink Floyd. So if you see this symbol, that's definitely some Pink Floyd action going on there. And that's a $17 bill. I think I paid $2 for that hat. And that's the other Morgan that was part of that U.S. Postal Community, a commemorative society. This one had like a little nick here on the cheek, but it's just a really gorgeous example. Really happy to get $38.95 for that. Here's another Morgan silver dollar for 1878, San Francisco Mint. Didn't make big money on this either. I probably paid up for it, but again, you're parking your money. And I thought this had a possible VAM because the cement mark looked a little jacked up, and it also had some die breaks here going across the wing. So I think it's a VAM 17A, but that's for the next guy to decide if he wants to get graded. Godsmack, great CD. I ended up putting a new case in it. So sometimes my older CD listings have cracks in the case. When someone buys it, I didn't revise it because it's not worth it. But when I ship it out, I basically tell them like, hey, I just want to let you know I put this in a new jewel case. So people like that. The old playing cards, again, this was a 10 I picked up for $1. I thought this was really cool looking. One of the cards is still brand new sealed. So old playing cards, believe it or not, people do buy them because they don't like the new cheap made in China ones. They want the ones that were made in the United States. If you're out there sourcing CDs and if you see something like this is an old demo disc that was given to me when I worked at Circuit City. So chances are if you were at an estate sale or a garage sale and there's a lot of these like weird looking CDs that you've never seen before and they're demo discs, people do collect them. A lot of times they'll just sell it internationally. But that was a $17 bill and this thing is not in the greatest condition. I wrote my name on it. I probably had my own employee number on it so other salespeople would not steal my CDs when I left them there at work. Very cool piece. This piece dollar was the one I picked up from Bullion Exchanges. I paid $30 for it, and I thought it was nice enough to resell, so it was cool to make a few bucks on that. Some old clothes, again, that my girls were going to donate. $17, really happy. That one took a while to sell. I think I have that listed for over a year and a half. Here's that spoon rack, the wooden spoon rack. So I got a bunch of silver spoons, and this was included. I was going to throw this in the garbage, but I'm like, you know what? I don't have the heart to throw in the garbage. So I was happy that someone picked it up for $6.76, and they left me nice positive feedback. Even though I didn't think it was in the greatest condition. Like I said, I just cleaned it up, probably need restaining, but they're going to put their spoon collection in it, and they're probably really happy. So again, I'd rather make someone happy than throw something in the garbage and make the planet unhappy, right? This was the 2024 American Silver Eagle. Again, I picked that up from Bullion Exchanges for $28.32 at spot. So if you guys have watched my videos on that before, I like to do videos also on the weekly basis to show you where the best deals are on silver. Again, not making big money on this, probably made a few bucks, but very, very cool to share that with someone else. And this graded Morgan here, I think I lost $1. This one accidentally slipped through my sales. So when I'm running sales, sometimes I'll forget to unclick all my items. 15% was kind of the margin I had in it. So I think I lost $1. I also lost like $2 on this Trump round because, again, it snuck through the sale. And this is the AC power cord. Again, I found this while cleaning out my basement for $8. Don't throw away power cords, especially if they say Nintendo on it, or if you're looking in someone's junk box at a garage sale and you see stuff like this that says Nintendo on it, even though this looks like garbage, it might be intertwined with a bunch of other AC adapters. These authentic, real Nintendo ones, people will buy and spend decent money on. There's that Discman I mentioned that sold. That was part of that set. Again, for $2, I got the Discman and the other 3 parts, and you saw that the tape sold, so made good money on that. And then these silver spoons I picked up for less than $1 each. This was a cool Chicago scene like that as well. And then that's pretty much it. So that's everything that's sold this week. Guys, I always appreciate you guys watching my channel. I find I get the most bang for the buck when I'm watching other guys' videos to see what actually has sold. Not so much the sourcing part. Again, I'm not going to be the guy taking, filming me actually going to this state or garage. That's way too much video editing. I just like to cut to the point. This is what I list. This is what I sold. You guys can do the same. So as always, appreciate you guys watching my channel. And if you could leave me a comment, is this something that you do? Do you like to go to garage sales? Oh, and the key thing is, one thing that's very key, pick up good stuff at garage sales. Don't just buy just to buy, but whatever you pick up, list it all. So that way, when you start the next day, you have a clean slate. I was thinking of picking more stuff up Saturday and Sunday, but I'm like, no, I have to list everything that I bought Friday before I buy more stuff, because otherwise you just end up with this giant pile of stuff and you never get it listed. And if you don't have it listed, people can't buy it from you. So again, appreciate you guys watching my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.